Hey Internet, I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz, and this is Wine is Serious Business, episode 339. We're here drinking some Pinot Noir again from Oregon, which I'm always excited about. Dan picked up some bombs from Big Table Farms last time he was out there, right? Or are you club member?
No, I'm not. So I get the mailing list. If you're not on the mailing list, you should really be on it. They two releases a year usually, but super allocated. As time's gone by, it's been harder and harder to find. But if you're on the mailing list, you get a crack at it right away. If you go out and visit them in person, you get a crack at it, which I recommend to anybody. It's always a great visit if you're in the area on the holiday weekends. One of the great stops to go do. But the list came out, and I'm like, we haven't done any other wines on the show in a little while. I'm curious about what these releases taste like. Let's pick up a couple.
It's awesome.
I think this is interesting content, right? This is stuff that definitely isn't showing up on retail shelves outside of Oregon.
Absolutely not. Yeah, like this is pretty small run stuff, right?
Yeah,
small production. And some of the neatest packaging I've seen in like Pinot Noir in the entire valley, right? Like I just like the thick labels. I like the simplicity of it. Doesn't the wife draw the labels?
Claire draws the labels.
Claire draws the labels,
hand drawn, different every year. Really cool stuff. Brian is the main winemaker for them, and they've been moving stuff out towards the farm, doing more and more on the estate as time goes by.
Awesome.
Got a lot of cool animals and farm equipment out there. All the drawings are inspired
living
by that.
the dream, literally.
Yeah,
living the Oregon dream. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, and I love checking in on their stuff. Checking in on their stuff on weekends. So happy to share this with you. We're starting out with the Wirtz Vineyard Pinot Noir. This is from 2014. The Wirtz Vineyard is one that. When they discovered it, was hadn't been cared for a whole lot for a while, and they kind of started getting fruit from there, getting more involved, and now they help manage the farming, and pretty much they don't own the vineyard, but they take care of how it's run, and get to make a lot of great wine out of it. So
fantastic.
Yeah. So cool happy story. To see it's in loving hands now,
and boy,
excited to try it. Yeah,
it's based on the initial
Smells
aroma.
Good.
But Dan and I were like just kind of musing before the show, and it's like, I mean, we've said a lot of glowing stuff about Big Table Farms in the past, right? But man, it's been really I don't remember a time that I've had a bad Big Table Farms wine, like ever. Like I've been lucky enough to find the rosés on lists at very reasonable prices, considering how allocated the wines are, and their Pinot Noirs at that price point. I mean, they're expensive, but they typically box
right.
Very they're in the upper echelons of like Pinot Noir from Oregon.
Right. Well, you talk about value or whatever. Like, you spend $50 on Oregon Pinot Noir. This delivers, or just under. But their top bottlings. I think every release you can go out there and taste something like, man, this is really noteworthy.
Yeah. All right. So
a little bit of red fruit around the edges here, but definitely a lot of earthy quality to this. Little bit of barnyard going on. We talk about all the animals that are out there, just a touch.
Yep. A little bit of the Forest 4 thing. There's like a little like of a sweetness to the edge, or like a sweetness to the aroma as well, like a sweet edge to it, like almost like Smarties candy, like crushed up Smarties candies or something, but really like faint, overlying like all the sort of like earthy qualities.
The earthy, savory notes are really dominant.
I mean, it's the nose is all over the place, and I really like it. Like it's all aromas that are really enjoyable. So.
Yeah, real delicate on contact. And starts out kind of simple, but then there's this great bloom of fruit on the mid palate that's got great complexity. Really good raspberries, maybe a little bit of plums. Good acidity. It's this kind of burst that really grabs your attention.
Agreed, and it lingers for a very long time. This is something I've encountered with Big Table Farms wines in the past. I almost feel like I'm just repeating myself every time I drink these wines, but it's just the mouthfeel on these is ridiculous. The length is fantastic, and while it has some structure, it has a little bit of grip, and it has some really great acid. It's all really well balanced to the fruit. It's just these are so easy to drink. I think some people would call these like maybe that there's not enough structure.
Sure.
You might find that like that camp, that one's like higher acid and more, more
if you like the tannins are pretty low on this. They're present, but they're not strong. Yeah.
Correct. But as far as like drinking now, this is just really effing good. So to bleep myself.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. It lingers really well on the palate. It is super delicate too. You want to talk about pairings? My advice for this is don't. Just drink it, enjoy it, think about it, because there's a lot of nuance and stuff that's going on later on the palate that I think would easily be lost if you were
Pasta and butter with truffle.
Sure, something simple. Yeah, but
That'd be a pairing for this. I don't know. It's just like all the like sort of savory qualities are in this wine, right? Like the fruit is delicate, yeah, but it's got some like good savory qualities, some good earthy qualities. It's got enough acid. On second or third sips, you get a little bit of grip in the cheeks, but it's real faint. Just the length of the mid palate is, I don't know.
This is really noteworthy. Yeah, the way the acidity is getting into the sides of the palate, but the center is kind of full of full flavored but delicate fruit, and the acidity slowly works through it. This is
it's like
cherry, really special. Yeah.
Cherry, young strawberries, like some sort of like roses or like floral thing.
Man, the more sips I have, the better it's getting too. Yeah,
maybe even like a hint of like some sort of like orange citrus, grapefruit. It's really freaking good.
That's sweet. We're running our mouths. Let's take a cut and get this off camera.
Yeah, off camera pour. Yeah.
I want to, before we get into wine number 2, I want to give a shout out to David Harper, who gave us a comment on our page on Facebook, asking us if we tried the Vidon Vineyards. I think that's how you say it. We haven't yet. I kind of look forward to trying those, but I really appreciate the fact that somebody we don't know. He says here is in Philadelphia, so someone way out east is watching our show. Says he's just getting into Pinot Noir,
right?
Yeah, and interested in it. So thanks for watching, man. Thanks for interacting. I really appreciate that. Hope you enjoy some future shows.
And if I ever see any of that on the shelf or out in the valley, definitely we'll try to snag a bottle and do something on the show.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I've been wanting to get into those wines too. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, wine number 2. This is the one. If you give me a bottle of Pinot Noir, single vineyard Pinot Noir from Big Table Farm blind, this is what I ask for every year. Normally, this is my favorite. There are exceptions, right? Every year is different. Pelos Sandberg. I can't tell you any really great stories about the vineyard except they have a lot of old farm machinery out there. They used to have a lot of old trucks on the label. Right. This year it's this year it's like an old plow or something like that.
It's a plow. Trailer plow. Yeah.
But I guess they got a lot of that stuff out there. But just really high quality fruit that works well with Brian's philosophy and style. So I haven't had this yet. This is 2015, brand spanking new.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Try it. Yeah. Definitely more engaging on the nose right away. I'm getting more like cranberries, a little bit of raspberries. Good depth of fruit here right away.
Yeah, the fruit is more striking, whereas the last one had like the Wirtz Vineyard was a little more like umami qualities, maybe a little more sugary. Like this is definitely a little more like a acid, young berry fruit driven.
Yeah, a little bit of tobacco spice, I think, on the nose there too.
Yeah, like the raspberry cranberry thing is definitely sticking on the nose for this. For me, a little less engaging on the nose.
Sure.
I kind of like the earthiness of the last one. So.
Real gentle on contact again. I love it. They're getting that dialed in. Again, a good evolution of flavors. The acidity is definitely more pronounced on this wine.
And the tannins.
Actually, the structure across the board is more pronounced.
Right.
Really good sense of complexity again. Really clear Pinot Noir flavor too, which is kind of a dumb thing to say. It seems like, but sure. if you taste the grapes or whatever, this really reminds me of just the straight up grapes.
Mm-hmm. And this has got, like, I would say, less of the umami sort of earthy characteristics. Like, it's definitely coming through more fruit driven.
And a year younger too, right? Like that definitely
absolutely
is
that
part
makes
of it.
Sense. Yeah, I wonder how the difference between 2014 and 2015 was to them. Anyway, if they ever see this, just more fruit driven. I like the structural elements are a lot higher on this wine. I personally like the I kind of like where the 14's drinking right now. The 50, this is definitely one where I would not be scared to sit on this for a little bit of time, especially at 13.3 alcohol. That's awesome in 2015.
That's why it tastes so much like fruit, probably too, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a little lower alcohol, a little bit of floral character on the palate too.
Agreed.
I'd say that the fruit's a little more complex, a little more in your face. This would be a better choice with food. I think it could stand up to it, both
Agreed.
in terms of structure and the intensity of flavor. A little bit of age shows on that one.
Agreed. And I will say, like they got the sort of like mouthfeel textural elements that I've experienced in these wines before are again here, right? Like it's just the mid palate length is substantial. The length in general is substantial. And it's just so balanced and well put together. Like these wines are never angular, they're never edgy. they never have any sort of, I don't know, rough edges to them, in my opinion, at least for my palate. So, yeah. Very enjoyable.
and bigger, a little bigger in general, but still a really good sense of balance. Good sense of acidity, and as I'm having more sips, the complexity showing on the finish. I'm getting a little bit of that, just gentle fruit floral character that lingers.
Agreed.
Definitely living up to the hype. I'm super happy. I'm super happy I picked these up. I'm going to put I don't know if any of you ever follow the links that I put when I post the show, but if you haven't noticed, every time I post a show anywhere, there's a link where you can go through to the winery's website. I think the right thing to do here is probably just link straight to their mailing list. Please sign up, right? You're not obligated to buy anything on there, of course, but you know when it's available. And some of this stuff sells out pretty quick. And if you're one of those high rollers that watch the show, I know a couple of you guys do this from time to time. They just released their high-end cuvées, their Pinot Noir and Chardonnay cuvée just at the market, along with their rosé, which Chaz said
their rosé is fantastic.
Yeah,
and it's extremely reasonably priced. I mean, I don't know what it is retail, but I think we found it on a shop list, like at a restaurant, for like $38.
Sure.
And I was like, to score, like this is fantastic. Anyway, it was really good.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. We sure had a good time with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. I don't have a question. Sorry.
That's good.
Bye, guys.